dedicated to just talking about the temporariness of this world and flesh, and the fact that you can't really take anything to the grave. The thing is, like, the number one thing I think we should all focus on in life is spiritual growth and your soul and growing your soul, because at the end of the day, everything in this world is inherently corrupted, and right now, pretty much, like, outside of what maybe like nature in itself and how nature operates and is orchestrated under God, like that's probably one of the more things that is like intact in a sense, without like taking into account what humanity has destroyed of nature that God made for us. So thinking about that, like how many things are corrupted and our flesh is so corrupted since Adam and Eve and everything. Thinking about that, thinking about how temporary everything is and how things are not the way things are meant to be in a sense right now, and the fact that God is going to renew this earth and everything in earth is going to be renewed. So you have to take into account, of course, live your life as healthy as you can and do the most healthy things you can, and good choices and right choices always when you can. But the thing is, like, at the end of the day, everything in this world is temporary, and the only thing that really lasts throughout after this world is your soul growth and what you did in your life to grow your soul. Did you seek God and follow God? Did you do your duties, and did you inherently grow in your soul? Because that's really the only thing that matters. Eternity and the afterlife lasts a lot longer than anything in this life will. You maybe live up to 100 years if you're lucky, and that's pretty much it. It doesn't last that long, this life, in a nutshell. Like, I'm 26. It has flashed fairly quickly, like the past 6 years, especially, I would say, like relatively quickly. And especially now, I feel like time is very much like going by very fast, and my days are passing by relatively fast, to be honest. Especially if you enjoy life more and you're not just wallowing around and doing nothing. Life goes pretty fast, and we don't have that much time, and this earth doesn't necessarily have too much time, and neither do people to have the growth they need to have and change. A lot of people don't focus on growing, and they stay stagnant in their darkness and so on. And the only thing that really matters is following the light and following your true high self and doing good things. Because at the end of the day, like, okay, let's say you do live your life really bad and you're like doing all these temporary flesh things just to feel good in the moment. But what do you gain out of that? What are you left with after all that? You go out, party, have fun all the time, and do whatever fleshly things you enjoy. But what is that actually going to leave you with at the end? Even if you are like a multimillionaire, whatever, like, where's that really going to leave you at the end of the day? You're going to get also punished for all of the bad things that you do in this life, and God is righteous and he punishes evil and rewards the good. So think about all the bad things that you do in life. Is it really worth it at the end of the day? At the end, it's temporary. It's only going to give you temporary satisfaction. If a lot of times the things you do anyway that are temporary for the flesh, what happens after is you feel bad, usually if you have a consciousness and normal sense, at least you will feel bad in some way. Even if you don't follow God, you still feel bad about a lot of things you do, like, I shouldn't have done that, I shouldn't have hurt this person, I shouldn't have indulged in that thing. You have these like normal senses that make you feel kind of reproach or bad about something you do, or that you think your brain actually acknowledges it's stupid, but you might be ignoring that fact that your brain acknowledges it's intuitionally stupid to something that you did. So think about all these temporary things you're doing, and is it really worth it? And really seek where you're at right now in life, and really look at your soul and spiritual growth and see where you're at, and see if you need to honestly make some serious improvements. Because at least for me, before I found God and was on this path that I'm on right now, I didn't really feel good. It doesn't really matter what the situation necessarily was. I never felt really satisfied or good. It doesn't really matter how much money I might have had in the moment or whatever was happening, like whether I was trying to date or not date or whatever. you're never really satisfied without like God in your life. Like you're always searching for something outside of you to fill that void within you, and you never find that because it doesn't exist outside of God. And that's the problem with this world, is it's endless gratification for the self that never fills you. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say in this video, is like, don't chase temporary flesh things in your life, but chase God instead, and fill your heart with God instead. Because even if God is just a smaller part in your life, God only wants 0.1% of our heart. And with that, like, it's still, even if you like pray, even like once a day, even whatever, and read some words of God, you'll be able to still feel so much better than if you did nothing. And even if you're just slowly trying to grow your soul and become better, that's better than nothing. And really, God just wants us to pursue the truth, to pursue Him, and to do our best on our pursuit, and do things according to our capabilities and calibers and so on. But like, just this video was mainly just to hit you with the fact that I've been thinking about this myself as well, and how temporary everything is for the past 2 months, and truly that I never really feel fulfilled by the material things and whatever stages and so on, because it doesn't really matter at all. And I feel like the only thing that really matters is growing your soul, because that's really what lasts, and that's really the only thing that feels long lasting, because it lasts beyond this vessel that we find ourselves in, this incarnation that we find ourselves in. It's the only thing that does last. This knowledge you accumulate, the experience you accumulate in this incarnation, is the only thing that actually matters. Nothing actually matters outside of that, because nothing goes with you when your soul leaves this vessel. So I just wanted to remind people of that, and I hope this hits you right, gives you some ideas on the right path to follow. If there's a will, there's a way. Thank you for watching. God bless. If you'd like to donate, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And if you want a one-on-one call, it's in the description as well. Thank you.